Over the past few weeks, I've shifted to eating more high-protein foods in my journey in changing my body composition, building muscle, and feeling better. So in this video, I'm sharing a few of my current go-to high-protein meals and snacks that are fast, easy to make, and use minimal ingredients. But let's be real, I'm a lazy cook, so they're gonna be simple too. Let's start with one of my favorite high-protein snacks. Okay, so we're just gonna make my go-to protein yogurt bowl, which is pretty much just yogurt and protein powder, and then we add in some of the fun stuff. And I'm gonna be figuring out how much is in each of these for the purpose of this video macros. All right, that's 150 gram. Protein powder choice. My stomach is sensitive to whey. I would die if I had whey in this protein yogurt bowl. So if you like the idea of trying protein powder, but every time you try it, like your stomach reacts, try like a plant-based version if you want. Not that you need protein powder, but it just makes my life easier when I'm trying to hit protein goals. Plus, if you get the chocolate one, it tastes like chocolate, which, not mad. This is the strawberry one. I have mixed feelings about her. Not as good as chocolate. This is one of those chunky bowls, like they're dense. It's not goopy yogurt, it's chunky yogurt, which doesn't sound appetizing. This is the test. I've done this before. So risque. That right there, it's gonna be, this about 35 grams of protein in that in itself, but you don't want just that. You can do just that and it's fine because protein powder makes it taste good, but usually if you add in like some fruit on top, a little bit of granola, that's when it starts tasting real good. And if you add in like peanut butter or almond butter, chef's kiss. Thing is, I used up all the blackberries this morning, so we're in a sticky situation right here. We're gonna go with bananas maybe. I feel like apples won't do. Apples and strawberries fine, but like bananas and strawberries, that's a bit better. Okay, I would definitely recommend putting some granola. We don't have granola or honey. I'm gonna go add some peanut butter now actually to put on it, but this is my current obsession go-to protein snack. Protein oatmeal, you know I love for breakfast. I didn't film it because I've talked about it so many times, but protein yogurt, a great snack. Like right before lunch, after your workout, that's when I've been having this, and it's time for one of my current go-to easy high protein lunches that has about 50 grams of protein. Is gonna keep me full for longer and give me tons of volume so I'm not hungry throughout the day. It's a vibe. If you haven't caught on already, I am probably one of the laziest cooks. I don't spend a lot of time on my meals. I want them to be easy, fast, simple. I don't want to have to think about them. I don't have to weigh them. I just want to be able to pull stuff out of the fridge, throw it together. It tastes fine. It keeps me full. It keeps me fueled. So that's the vibe. So this lunch is going to be a tofu egg veggie scramble. Super simple. I am going to weigh stuff out and show you what things look like visually so that you have an idea when you go to do it yourself and you don't have to like weigh stuff out, because it's not necessary to weigh everything out. I just like to do it a few times so I have an idea of generally how much protein is actually in the volume of food that I'm using, but I will show you right here so you don't have to. All you're gonna need for this is 3 eggs, about 150 grams of tofu, and a bunch of spinach and or frozen peas or vegetable of your choice. I'm going with both spinach and frozen peas, but you could use any other type of green vegetable. You could use peppers, you could use squash. Pick your fave. And then also your carb of choice. I personally either go with baked sweet potato or whole wheat pita bread. Whole wheat pita bread has a little bit more protein, but sometimes I like sweet potato to switch it up. It also tastes amazing, has tons of great nutrients for you, vitamin A, vitamin C, etc. So this right here is supposed to be 4 servings. This. I'm a small human, so this is tiny. If we want 150 grams out of this, it's gonna be small. And for reference, 100 grams weight of this is about 17 or so grams of protein. So this here, this entire chunk is about 300 grams, which means there are about 3 servings of 17 protein portions. Let me show what that looks like. So this is 1/3 of the entire block. That's about 100 grams, which means this is 17 grams of protein. This size tofu, okay? This is my hand. For reference, it's about the palm size of my hand. So know that if you get tofu and it's like firm from the store, this much about 17 grams, quite dense. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually do that and then another 50 grams, so another half a chunk. Chop it up, throw in some eggs, and let's scramble it all together. In case you were wondering why I don't talk and do it at the same time, it's because I can't multitask. I will mess something up. 150 grams, that's how much tofu I'm adding. Chop her up. We're doing 3 eggs. I've played around with adding in egg whites as well. I found that for myself personally, I can't do too much egg whites because I just don't digest it as well. But egg white's another really amazing way to get in some easy protein since that's the part of the egg that is more higher in protein. When I was younger, I thought that the egg yolk was kind of evil because it was like the fatty part. I used to think that if I ate fat, I would increase the fat in my body. That's not how nutrition or science or macromolecules work. Funny enough. Slide in the tofu into the eggs. Sloop. So I'm basically just scrambling the eggs and the tofu. I'm gonna throw in some of the spinach now. A few handfuls is pretty good. I did 2 big handfuls and it looks like this. But just wait until that steams down, it'll become a lot smaller. Approximately 30 seconds later, the spinach has simmered down and this is what it looks like. Throw in some salt. We're not afraid of salt because salt is actually essential in your body. And when you sweat a lot in your workout, especially if you're a very sweaty girl who's done cardio, such as me, salt is actually very useful for athletic performance and replenishing that. We are not afraid of salt here. If you have time to chop up and add in some tomatoes too, that is fire in there. I don't have tomatoes, so I'm not doing that unfortunately, but that would be really good too. So I've got the actual tofu egg set up and now it's just up to toasting some pita bread or microwaving sweet potatoes. I'm embracing my inner lazy chef. I'm just going with a whole wheat pita, popping her in the toaster so she's golden brown, and I'm gonna have that with my eggs and spinach. Easy peasy, tastes good, extra 10 grams of protein, high fiber, so it'll help keep me full for longer and it's gonna taste delicious. That's gonna be the meal. This meal comes out to be 52 grams of protein, so I know this is gonna keep me full for quite a while. You can add on salsa or pico de gallo or sriracha if you want like a little bit of extra zest to it, but I'm just gonna be boring and plain and enjoy this now. And I'll see you in dinner. I just finished eating my lunch, but I'm gonna go ahead and prep that high protein dinner now with you. I'm just gonna put it away to eat it later because I've got a busy afternoon. So we're gonna be making a tuna salad with that baked sweet potato on the side. You can substitute the sweet potato for a different carbohydrate if you prefer. I would recommend couscous, some sort of whole wheat pasta. You could do rice. I'm just going with sweet potato because it is delicious and why not? So for this recipe, you're just gonna need a can of tuna, mayo or hummus. I'm going with hummus. That's my preference for making my tuna salad. Your vegetable of choice, this could be spinach or mixed greens or anything else. I'm going with spinach and mixed greens, a little bit of half and a half situation. And then of course your carb for the side. And then anything you want to put in the salad, feel free to pick and choose any of those fruits and veg. Tomatoes, corn, peas, cucumber's pretty good. I'm basically just gonna chop up any veg that I have. The protein is coming from the tuna and then the rest is kind of just the salad for the greens. Vitamins, this one is slightly lower in protein. It's only got like about 30 grams protein. So if you want to beef it up, go ahead and hard boil a few eggs. You could throw in like 2 eggs on top to bump that protein up, or you could prep some tempeh to put on the side too. So I might actually prep some tempeh and throw that on the side. Let's go. I'm running out of hummus. Feels like it should be illegal how fast it is to make this. I'm gonna start by throwing a few peas in the microwave to get those nice and softened. While the peas are going, we're just gonna chop up our mixed greens and spinach real fast. The container I'm using. That is about this much salad. And we're just gonna load everything on top of that. So this is what raw 250 grams of sweet potato looks like. For reference, this is my hand. This is a raw sweet potato. Simplest thing ever. We're gonna prick her, stick her in the microwave for about 5 to 6 minutes and just monitor, and then we can add on like a minute or so after that, depending on how squishy she is. I like her real steamed. So don't forget to stab holes in it or it will explode in your microwave, and that is a mess to clean up. It's very annoying. sweet potato is done. It needed about 7 total minutes for 250 grams. So once your sweet potato is done, chuck it right in. I actually might chop her up a little bit. Delish. Peas are done, we can throw those in there too. So to prep the tofu, basically just gonna mix it with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of hummus. I would usually go for a bit more, like 2 tablespoons, but I'm running low, so I'm just gonna use up the rest that I have. And then we're just gonna chop up a few slices of tempeh, which is a soy-based protein if you're unfamiliar, and just stick her on the side. Tempeh has about 19 grams of protein per 100 grams, so I'll show you what that looks like in slices. This is about 100 grams of tempeh. Fits in the palm of my hand. It's tiny. Simple as that, you just throw it all together in a bowl. This recipe ended up having 52 grams of protein total with the added tempeh and the tuna. I hope you enjoyed these high protein meals and recipes. If you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next one.